say you now. The door is opening on your vigil, and I'm in my usual way. I save my breath, knowing what you're wanting me to say. I only love you when I'm down. You say the midnight opens its arms to me, leaving you alone. And I fly so far away until the light blurs my vision, and I have nowhere to roam. I only love you when I'm down. I only love you when I'm down, and I'm only near you when I'm gone. One thing for you to keep in mind, you know, is I'm down all the time, all the time. Hi, my name is Gravity Groove. This is Not Safe for Work Magic. And did you know that you cannot use the word Chris Cornell on YouTube without being demonetized? That was Chris Cornell. Apparently, there's this leaked list of words, and I didn't know about this. Apparently, this has been around for a while. There are a lot of words on there that don't make sense, but there are also a lot of people who've died or are considered controversial topics who are on that list. And if you ever include them in your titles, you're immediately demonetized. Fun fact. So last time we did this, we actually had a pretty decent run. We had 6 wins, and the deck didn't feel very good, but 6 wins is pretty good. So, you know, we'll take it. We're going to try our third one of these quick drafts in M21. And for those just tuning in, we are doing quick drafts because, one, we're opening 6 packs for the price of, 1,500 gems, as opposed to 3 in the real-time draft. And what we're drafting for is not to go infinite or get to mythic. It's really just to open as many usable cards as possible to make the amount of packs you need to finish the set as minimized as possible. So the strategy is to take every rare, no matter what it is, so long as we don't already have it. And so we're starting off with Idol of Endurance here. What the hell is this? When Idol of Endurance enters the battlefield, exile all creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard until Idol leaves the battlefield. So it allows you to recast all your 3 CMC and below creatures very gradually. What a strange ass card. That seems like it could be playable. It's a little on the slow side, but it might be playable. So we'll add 1 Idol of Endurance to our rare tracking sheet. Idol of Endurance itself rated as a C+. So other people seem to be in that same camp of, well, it seems good. Is it good enough? We've got very good choices here. In the Watcher of the Spheres, Sibilance. or Landwar Visionary here. Visionary probably the better pick just because things that replace themselves are great. And this is kind of marginal. It's a 2/2 flyer for 2 with kind of minimal upside unless you get the absolute nuts like one of our opponents in last show, where they, like, every creature in their deck -1 was flying. Let's just do a little comparison here to see what the interwebs thinks comparing these two cards. Watcher of the Spheres is a C. Llanowar is a B. Yeah, I kind of suspected. This does definitely push us towards white-green, but it's probably too early to be 100% committed, he says before he sees Drowsing and Hunter's Edge and Gale Swooper. This pack is just full of great stuff. Okay, so Drowsing, Hunter, and Gale, like, these are all very, very good. I'm assuming it's going to be Hunter, but it's hard to say for sure. They're all very, very, very close. Gale Swooper rated as a C+ across the board. Drowsing rated as a C+, C+, B-, and Hunter's Edge rated as a C+++. I don't think we can go wrong with any of these picks here. They're all very, very good. Ultimately, I think the removal edges itself over everything else by a tiny bit, because if you're not familiar with the acronym BREAD, that's to sort of be shorthand for the order of operations in which you draft cards. Bombs, removal, evasion, aggression, and then everything else is, garbage. The D doesn't really stand for anything other than, the end of the acronym. So I think we'll take the Hunter's Edge here. Sanctum of Tranquil Light may be fringe playable, but another Gale Swooper is a pretty good opportunity, and we'll take it. We definitely want to be careful about our curve in this format more than other formats in general. We have several good picks here. Pride Malikan, Skyscanner, and Legion's Judgment are all reasonable. I think Pride Malikan is probably what we want here. Just a solid playable that has some potential value, and we are in the colors of Counters Matter, so that may end up being a bigger factor. I'm curious what Skyscanner is rated at, just to see across the board. Not as important a card in this format when we're not as concerned with value as we are with curve. I think a Chorister is probably pretty great. I think Defiant Strike also completely fine, but the fact that this can swing races and be a good late game mana sink, definitely important for us. I'm not excited about any of these picks. I think I might just take the land, and if we end up getting a few good red cards, maybe we can splash red. So we do kind of now want to think of red as our third color. Likely none of these are playable. Boy, these packs dried up really quickly, huh? Really, really quickly. Wow, we got a very, very late drowsing. That's pretty great. Really, really needed that. We could run one rambunctious if we have to, but in general, I've been pretty underwhelmed. Defiant Strike that late is pretty playable. Sanctum of All, we're taking this because we have to. If we weren't, we would 100% be taking Faith's Fetters. It's not particularly close. After that, we'd probably be taking Scorching Dragonfire. This pack is very, very good. Unfortunately, due to the nature of our experiment, we're taking a Sanctum. And Sanctum of All. That is our second one of those. Okay. Conspicuous Snoop. Alright, so we're getting an additional rare here. That's fine. This is not a playable card, but we take it, we add it to the sheet, we move on with our lives. Conspicuous Snoop. Light of Promise is not a playable card. Chorister is fine. Sabertooth Mauler is fine. Invigorating Surge is fine. Between the Mauler and the Surge, what do we want? We probably want the Mauler. Apparently it only gets counters on your attacking phase, which we did not fully understand because we're still in Runeterra brain here. But Invigorating Surge, slightly below the Mauler, although a very good card and potentially a very good trick. How many counter synergies do we currently have? We have two. Unfortunately, we're getting a lot of our good cards at 4 mana, which I'm not super excited about. We have Dub, we have Defiant Strike, we have Hunter's Edge. We have some ways to make this big enough to be threatening. Surge is quite good. We are kind of low on creatures, but this is the uncommon. I'm going to take the Surge. This may be wrong. Unfortunately, our curve is trending upward. Drowsing or Feat of Resistance, or Siege Striker. Feat of Resistance or Drowsing have to be the picks here just to try to keep our curve down. Feat of Resistance comparing directly to Drowsing, a C+ to a C+. I do think we have to take the Drowsing in this case because we are acknowledging that we're very weak on this slot right now. And we need to start filling in our 2s and 3s if we want to have a reasonable chance to curve out some of our games. I believe Ascension might be okay here. It does make our 1-drops a little better, and there are going to be occasions where we're just going to buy time, block a creature, and then eat our own creature to size up. A 4/4 flyer is a pretty damn big body. I think that's a pretty reasonable pickup. Daybreak Charger or Siege Striker. Daybreak Charger has the potential to generate a lot of pressure. It can force your opponent to trade one of your 1s or 2-drops into a 3 or 4 drop, and it itself is a 3/1, and there doesn't appear to be a ton of deal 1 damage sort of effects. I think Charger is better than it gets credit for. It's given a fairly contentious rating of C, D, and a C+. People seem to feel very, very strongly about it in different dimensions. And the Siege Striker, a B, C, and C. Siege Striker, of course, a card that's better when you're ahead, and quite mediocre when you're behind. I think it's probably okay to take the Siege Striker here. We are getting a lot of these, which we cannot play. This card is insanely good, but we've passed like 3 of them, so that ship has sailed. Is it just another shield mate? Feels bad, man. Could be a turret ogre. We have a couple red sources and not really that many 4-power critters. I guess 1, potentially 2, 3 with our counter shenanigans. Yeah, let's just take a shield mate. Yeesh. Clearly we should have been white, black, or white, green, splash, black, huh? I'll take that Sabertooth Mauler, though. Pretty happy that came back to us. Pegasus or Makeshift Battalion. I think we want a flyer if we can here. And we need more 2s. So that works out. Although Makeshift Battalion's pretty great. I think Chorister is a card we always want to play Chorister, I think, over Staunch Shieldmate in general, because of its better late game potential. Surprising to see that come back this late. Now, I think here we might actually want to take the Legion's Judgment, because we've only seen 1 piece of removal, and maybe 2 if you want to consider the trick potential of this. This is often not going to be used as removal, because what it gives your opponent is often going to be better than what it's killing. I think we will take 1 Legion's Judgment. Volcanic Salvo is a card we're taking because it's rare. And we're going to put in our list of things that we have. Volcanic Salvo. 1. And Battle Rattle Shaman, very good. Track Down, pretty mediocre. Scorching Dragonfire, pretty awesome. I think Invigorating is the card we take here. Sadly, again, we have not gotten a lot of token synergy pieces, which is pretty disappointing, but it is a pretty good trick, I think. So this has got to be the Veteran, right? Oftentimes this is not going to do anything, but there's going to be occasions where, oh wait, never mind. There's a rare. Oh, that's hideous art. God, that's hideous art. That's profoundly hideous. I had this in my previous pool, and it almost always did nothing. 6 mana to add a counter to something is terrible. 1 mana to add a counter to something is okay, but currently our counter-producing things are not very deep. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5? Not very exciting. And we are just trying to get all the rares we can. So let's grab Pier and add that to our list and never look at the images again. Seriously. It's terrible. Speaker of the Heavens. Or put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Wow. Or Acolyte. Wow. I think I might actually have 4 of those speakers already. Speaker. You know what? I don't. But it's terrible. These are both great, and I want to take one of them. I'm going to make an exception here. Solidarity or Acolyte. Both seem very, very powerful. Solidarity rated a solid C+ across the board. Lieutenant. No, this is the Acolyte. There's the Acolyte. Acolyte rated a B to B+ by itself. Let's take the Acolyte and see if the Acolyte wins us a couple games, justifies our choice of leaving the speaker behind. We have yet another anointed chorister. What's up, Tofu? What are we doing, Bubs? Oh. This is Tofu the cat, if you didn't know. He's a rescue. He likes to stick his head in your mouth. Oh, 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 oh. Are we good? Can I keep going? Are you done? You're never done, huh? You can either hang out on lap or you can go jump and raise hell. There you go. So we've already got a Legion's Judgment, so we're not taking that. We've got a ton of choristers. Do we want a third chorister? God, we're just like all words that sound bad. What the hell is a chorister? Can someone tell me? Does not sound like a real word. Griffin Airy is not a card we can play. Trader's Greed is great, but we haven't found enough significant red cards that we want to actually activate our splash. I think this one's just bad. This one's just bad. Feat of Resistance, pretty great. Slam dunk there. Another thing that gives us a counter as well. A second Feat of Resistance, wow. We're probably taking that. Although Pegasus is potentially good too. Let's see, what do we have for creatures? Yeah, we're not running Defiant Strikes if we have all these feats and surges. Let's see, 1, 2, 3-ish. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're a little low on the creature side, admittedly. None of our 4s work with our idol, which is sad. Maybe we do have to take the Pegasus here. Maybe we have to take the Pegasus, if only for the better synergy with our idol, and the fact that our 2-drop slot is still pretty lacking. Pegasus it is. Hey, rewarded. We can take a Swift Response or a Feat of Resistance. Buddy, why aren't you chewing on the box? Don't chew the box. Hey, I said don't chew the box. Quit it. What are you, a squirrel? You blink at me. Swift Response or Feat of Resistance. I'm going to assume Swift Response is the card here. But, wow, they're basically one right next to the other. Swift Response, slightly better in that it's a catch-all. If your opponent truly is a big thing, you can just take one big hit, Swift Response, and get back into it. Yeah, I think that's okay. Wow, a Wingmate. Yeah, I think we have to take the Wingmate. Enforcer's fine. This really kind of worked out at the last second, huh? Pretty happy about that. Deck feels decent. I mean, we're probably going to get dumpstered, because that's what happens every time I like a deck. But it seems pretty good. Would you quit eating the cardboard? What are you doing? Why are you eating my box? This is a storage box, not a food box. What are you bitching about? You're too old to be teething. Eesh. Children, let me tell you. Okay. Pretty good curve. We can cut a creature somewhere. Should probably cut in the mutt. Cutting another creature or spell, at least one. What? What's the worst card in here? Watchdog? I feel like it's Watchdog, right? And then just do the old 17 land, 41 playables. It's kind of like 16 and a half. We could cut the one double green card. We're afraid that won't be castable, but I'm willing to take that risk. This seems okay. Let's take one more look at it. Is there anything I want to change around at all? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got a lot more kill spells than we normally have access to, which is great. More choices is more better. We have the potential value engine of the Idol of Endurance, which will probably never happen. Should we still be running Legion's Judgment? I think we should. I think we should. Alright. Here goes nothing. You got a Chorister into a Pegasus into a Pride Malakin. This is great. I will see your lifelink creature. If it enters from the battlefield. Enter from the graveyard, make a 5/5? Okay. Wouldn't surprise me at all if they cook this. Do we want to... Yeah, we're just playing a Pegasus, right? Black-red means they're going to have Treacherous, Greed, potentially lots of kill spells. So our best draw here is probably our Idol of Endurance, honestly. If the game goes any kind of long, that's going to be the card that changes the state of this. Oh, I didn't realize that a Zombie Lord at uncommon. Beginning of your end step, if a creature died... Wow, and it makes zombies. That's actually really good. Probably just putting this in the flyer, right? 5 mana, not 4. I think I want to hold up Ascension this turn. Three colors. Just try to close this shit out, shall we? Invigorating Surge would allow us to make this a 3, 4, 5, a 5, 7. Okay, so we've got some grasp protection there. In that case, we can just drop this. Got him on a 2-turn clock now. He does try to grasp one of these. Having this could be a total blowout for him. We also do have a feat in our deck somewhere. Which one of these would have been? Which would not have been as good as the Pegasus, admittedly. So he's just gonna let this die and make a zombie. Okay. This is just a mess. He didn't even fetch anything? This is a 4-color deck. Like, what are you doing, dude? Oh, there's our idol. We could swing with this, and we have the pump available, but I think I'd rather have Invigorating Surge up. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. That makes this lethal next turn. Yeah, I don't need to swing with this. This is lethal next turn regardless of that. You don't want to play this until you've got a pretty late game state anyway, right? Alright. So we've got either the Invigorating Surge pump or the Chorister pump. Well, that sucks. Did not expect that. But when your opponent's playing a 5-color deck in draft, you can't really expect anything. Don't know what you're doing, opponent, but I would not do it. we've got a curve. We don't have any green mana, but we don't have any green cards, so I guess it's okay. Cool. Okay, we got the mirror here. Uh-huh. Not really worried about this until he has multiple creatures, because we can race it. That starts to get scary. So we are going to need to hold up Feet of Resistance next turn. And because of our own Wingmare, it does cost more. I think I'm willing to make this block here, even though I could get tricked out. So that's how that works. I'm just going to keep racing him down. They're now dead on board. Doesn't really matter. None of these have reach. That is how we like to see that go. Efficient. Painless. Lovely. Alright, we're going to refill this coffee cup up, and then we're going to keep going. I'll be right back. How is it that I ended up in white-green, both the decks I played in the last couple days? Huh. Alright. You know. you know how cats and stairs work? You try to use stairs, they try to kill you. That's a thing. All right. Let's get on with like drawing 83 lands and losing. Like I'm starting to forget what this show's about, right? It's supposed to be about my constant and undefinable mental anguish. Another keepable hand. Fucking A, man. That's the premium one drop. We just got the stupid Chorister. I will gladly trade. Okay. You want to burn your feet of resistance on that? Another target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked. Discard your hand. Huh. That's actually really cool. Huh. Well, we can't attack with this. Playing Gale Swooper seems a little silly. Fuck. Well, their hand has been really, really good so far. We are starting to run into the risk of just drawing too many lands. I think we Gale Swooper, but we're not attacking here. That's a pretty good hit. Okay, so I think we're just swinging with the 4/3. Keep making him use his mana for this bullshit. Wow. Looks like we're losing to bombs, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're losing to bombs. Yeah. Not a lot more to say. Try to save these surges for a blowout with the Celestial Enforcer if at all possible. It's like he built his whole deck around this card. Pretty good rares. We could just be losing to rares here. And because of the savior, we can't even really kill a creature in combat. I think I'm just going to burn one of these now and try to increase his clock. We could go for the kill here too. This would be 5 counters to 10, so there's nothing he can do to stop us here, right? This becomes an 8, doubles to 16. Yeah, let's just go for the kill. Why did I think 16? What's wrong with my brain? Oh, I was adding the whole power toughness and doubling it. Derp. Well, we beat the 2 rares. Note the 2 of these 3 games we won were because we took the lieutenant, or the acolyte rather, over one of the rares. Made a gut call there. Not going to do that often. It's not the point of the show. But we had such a nice synergistic deck that it seemed like it would be criminal to pass that acolyte. And we keep getting playable hands. 3 mana, both colors. Gotta say, I'm liking it. Okay, so this is a sacrifice deck. These decks can be really, really punishing. Especially with the Hobble Fiend, to ensure that whatever they take, they kill. And we don't really have any way to interact with this threat other than hunters. Okay, we're just going to Legion's Judgment it now. That's kind of perfect. Okay. Don't go all in, kids, this early in the game. Not recommended. Huh. What's the play here? Just playing out the Mauler, I assume? I guess we can play both. very, very good. That's definitely something we want to kill if at all possible. Now that the Mauler's in play, I think we swing these two and pump the Chorister if he forgets the onboard trick. Seems reasonable. He did not forget. Keep up our invigorating surge trick here. Could use another planes, huh? All these Choristers. Opponent appears to be flooding out a bit. Woof. Shit. Well, shit. I guess we're going to swing the Mauler, and if he blocks, we've got multiple tricks. If not, we just drop the Sage. Try to develop our board a little. I mean, he's tapped out. If he blocks, we've got him. Now we even have the option to sit back and cast Feet to eat this. Wow, we cannot draw any other planes, huh? So swing. Gotta save the white mana for the Gnarled Sage trick. Okay. We could have used Ascension there, but again, I'm committed to saving the 1 white mana for this block. Okay, now we have slightly more options going forward. We got 6 mana. It's not enough to pump and use our trick suite, so I think we're just going forward with our attacks. If he blocks this, we kill him here. Man, having good cards sure makes this game a lot easier to play. Let me tell you about it. Henry, we're doing all right. I can't believe it either. This must be Candy Camera. Just punked. Well, this is the worst hand we've gotten so far. We do have a kill spell to answer the first threat if it's immediately necessary. Idle is very, very late game, unfortunately. I think we have to mulligan this. Because it kind of feels like we're already on a 6-card hand, so... This is much, much better. I think we get rid of the Siege Striker, because it's a little harder to develop when you're mulliganing. It's a pretty reasonable hand, though. If we get another plane, so that would be pretty great. Well, we got Swift Response back. That's fine. Any land would be okay. A planes would be great. Our opponent is probably a multicolor deck and getting color screwed. Truthful Snoot. We love Truffle Snoot. And we got Idol of Endurance back. Crap. We mulliganed to these cards because we didn't need these cards. And then we drew these cards. Gosh, is Invigorating Surge going to be really good in their deck. As much as I'd like to save Swift Response to try to specifically blow that trick out, do we Swift Response here? If they have Ranger's Guile, we're fucked. No Ranger's Guile, no Ranger's Guile, no Ranger's Guile, no Ranger's Guile, no Ranger's Guile. There's a pause. He has Ranger's Guile. Abort! Oh, what does he have? What does he have if there was a pause? Okay, well, it's not a land, which we needed. It's something. Since we have Idle, we're just going to swing the stupid Chorister. We're not drawing any fucking land. I'm happy to make this trade. No blocks. Continuing to just draw dead here. Oh boy, now it's got trample. This is not good. This is very not good. Let's see here. What the fuck? What? Jesus Christ. Why? What? You're too loud. You're too loud. This is not a debate, son. You're too loud. Well, I suppose the odds of this are within probability, but, you know. I guess we're just not attacking. Oh, hi. What are you? I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you. Okay? Are we good? I guess I could have played the Celestial Enforcer to potentially have a way to tap down the Sabretooth the turn after. But I figured, hi. Maybe we can get away with casting Feet on the wing there. That's a bummer. Yeah, I think this one's slipping away from us. Wait. If you want to be on left, just relax. If not, okay. Just come scream at me in the next 3 seconds. That'll be great. Our opponent's too smart. Holy shit, man. Like... This is what I expect from this game. This is what I expect. 13 cards drawn. 3 land. How is this reasonable? At the very least, those are things we could get back with the idol. It's not the land we needed, and we are extremely far behind. If we can draw planes and be able to life gain, we might still have a shot here. But I'm pretty skeptical now. Our opponent kind of has all the tools they need. All their creatures have trample. I didn't realize that was an effect of this as well. So now we have no good blocks for the Tyrannosaur. Wait, what? Stop. Okay. He probably has like Surge here and we're dead either way. No Surge. Okay. Well, this is a story about how not drawing any mana means you cannot play Magic. If you cannot play Magic, you definitely cannot win Magic. And our opponent is back to full life. That's fucking great. We could Chorister and hold up feet. Which might be okay, or we could grow, potentially life gain, and potentially feat the Acolyte. Oh boy. What's the line here? We're not attacking either way. But all of his shit has trample. I think we just need the bodies, right? I have to hope he just doesn't swing this turn. And his deck is really good. It is just mono green. It's quite good. He's got all the premier creatures you want. So we could block here. Block here. Yeah, we were screwed either way. Just too much beef. Too many critters. We could double here, block here. Is that the better line? I think that's the better line. Again, if he has any trick, we're dead. So there's no sense in playing around him. Yeah. That's just what happens if you don't draw land. You don't get to play Magic. We did the best we could, which was nothing. Algorithm decided we were doing too well. That's a good hand again. Be nice if we can get a 2-drop. I don't believe we have cast Idol yet. Dude. Okay, I totally missed something that just happened. What happened? He took my idol. Okay. I mean, if we just keep drawing land, this will be the best Chorister in the universe. Okay, another 3-color deck. Hoping this survives. Interesting. Oh, sure. Really efficient. Our attack window is starting to close, huh? This does allow us to race, though, because we keep gaining life. It's now out of grasp range that he could easily have eliminate. We're a few turns away from the 5-mana removal spell. Could have Faith's Fetters, could have Swift Response. Lots of ways out for my opponent here. If we draw a land, that would leave us... Oh no, we don't even need to draw land. We could just cast Pegasus and tap something down. Retop. So he's really committed to going 3 colors, and the track downs are to enable that. Okay. I think now if we draw a land, it's probably better to just cast Gnarling Sage, or Gnarled Sage, to develop our board. Hunter's Edge also just totally fine here. Got them to 2. We have the Concordia Pegasus tap for next turn. That looks like a bad time for our opponent. You know what I need? That's what I needed. Alright, 5 wins, 1 loss. Let's go! This is on the risky side, but we do have an answer to some immediate aggression. This is really marginal, but I'm going to keep it. I would not blame you for throwing that one away. Got a 2-drop right on time. Our opponent moving the goalposts on us. Seed Striker. You'll get caught up in the Seed Striker. Probably gonna see like a buff spell come down on this. Oh, okay. That's cute. Applying some nice consistent pressure here. Probably never casting the Snarled Sage. Wow. It's a good thing we killed that that critter that we did. Oh, that's a 3 because of this thing. Because he would have been able to make the Siege Striker unblockable. That's a clever play. Are we going to get shocking, scorching raid, rather? Yeah. So we really need a green at some point. If we lose this, it's almost certainly going to be the mana issues again. Deska Reach. But we drew Feed of Resistance, so we don't care. One forest, please. Getting wide on us, but he's basically out of spells at this point. Oh, God. He's going to draw a million cards if we don't, Huh. We might have to destroy that, huh? Well, you know, I think we're just going to swing with the Gale Swooper to prevent the Omega card draw swing turn. This was not our game to lose. There was no misplays to make here. We just never saw a forest. This thing really fucked combat math for me. We probably do want to trade these, right? Yeah, I think we do. Forest, please. Hey, would you look at that? So because of this, these attacking have 3 power, so I'm less worried about that now. Our opponent has 1 draw to try to get out of this, and probably gonna miss. Yep. All right. We weathered the storm of not finding our lands, and we met our goal. All right, going for the 7th win. Come on, I need it. Give me it. Oh, getting a little stiff from sitting here. Not that kind of stiff. Baron Sengir. Okay. Huh. Because we have idle in our opening hand and 4 land, it's essentially a 2-card hand. I think we have to mulligan that. Better. I think we can chuck the Ascension. We have the Land of War Visionary to unmull ourselves. This is kind of a slow one, but... Uh-oh. Baron Sengir started out with Orsov colors. Checks out. Oh yeah? I have Mythical Horses as well. Okay, you have the protagonist from The Last of Us. Fair. Eh. I think we trade this because we know we have plenty of land. We're worried about those 1/4 flyers that we saw. The bots not prioritizing at all. That is something to consider the next time we draft. If we see cards early enough that put us in black-white, the algorithm does not seem to prioritize those. Do we double block, lose the Pegasus, or do we take 6 and have to pass very transparently having a trick up? I mean, I guess we can just bounce this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're flooding. My deck heard about how I didn't get forced all last game and went, yo dog, I heard you like forests. Here's some forests. I think we just let that through because we don't want to get the trick combo blowout. We'll use more planes at some point. Hopefully not immediately. Okay. Got a blocker, and now we have the tap online. Now we're getting somewhere. You tap one of ours, we tap one of yours. Come on! What, you think I'm new? Gonna tap my jaws in to Ramadan. Doesn't give you good attacks, and you have to swing with Pegasus and Acolyte. They double block the Acolyte. I suppose if he has, like, Defiant Strike, there's a benefit in it for him. Oh, sure. Just get your 2 in. Fair. Invigorating Surge doesn't handle this. It's Legion's Judgment, I guess. Takes our tap offline, but we won't need it if that's dead. Huh. Yeah, I guess so. None of these plays feel very optimized. At least this way we get to leave Invigorating Surge up. He still has the tap on us, but we do have Surge, so that's some tools, I guess. He's got a ways to go if he wants to chip us down. Shit. Yep. That certainly makes it easier. So we have some outs. Swift, our fight card, feet would have been an out. Not anymore. Our tap is now disabled, which, you know, we couldn't use this turn anyway, so that's fine. Woof. Yeah, I think it's safe to say this one's over, folks. If we put a counter on this, this goes to 4 power. This 3. Just kind of losing on every front here. Like, having never gotten a second plains, we've got 5 out of our 8 forests. Has kind of really hedged us in. Not being able to ever hold up a spell plus an activation has been really damning. Just getting gradually picked down. Yet another way to pick us down. Of all the things we could draw. Of all the things we could draw. This does not look like a winnable game, folks. We'll have one more shot. Might end up only getting to 6 like our previous attempt. Can't really fault this, you know? you lose the games that you don't get to play. And there are a lot of non-games in Magic the Gathering. Losing is baked right in. Okay. So we've got a lot of bad blocks is what we've got. Oh, past the blockers, yes. This is a 5. Oh, there's already a counter on this. So yeah, let's block this and pump. Let's jump this. Jump this. I think we're dead. These blocks are just awful. And the life gain things that we would draw to recover from here, we've only got 1 Plains. So if we draw a Chorister, doesn't really matter. Oh, it's really effective. Yeah, our opponent's deck has been really, really good. And we have drawn so badly. So we do that. Yeah, we're still dead. We're dead. Good game, opponent. I mean, not a good game, opponent. We didn't get to play the game, but, you know, good for you. I don't really believe in saying good game in Magic the Gathering, because a lot of the games you lose aren't good games. You just flood or die, or draw all of 1 color mana and die, or don't draw land and die. Those aren't good games. They're an artifact of the fact that Magic has been around for like 25 years and perhaps is not the most elegant system for a strategic card game anymore. It's a relic, like Monuments to Confederacy. Maybe we should pull it down. Maybe being made to feel bad about yourself for playing a game because there are bunches of games you could never, ever win, but psychologically you still feel like you lost and you were a loser and you made a mistake and that, you know, just generally isn't good for your well-being. Maybe that's a bad design. Maybe that system's kind of fucked up. So we have all of our colors here, but we have no plays. We have our best card and a very good card to pair with it, but again, essentially no plays. Do we just keep this and hope we draw into plays? If we draw land for a few turns, we just auto-lose. I think we have to throw this one away. This is quite a bit more reasonable. We did have to mulligan both of our last games, and that could very well mean we are SOL, as they say. I think the correct call here could be to apply immediate pressure. Being that our hand is bad, I'm just going to try to close the game out as quickly as possible. This is just identifying that our hand, because we're down cards, is just by necessity going to be weaker than our opponents. So our only choice is to try to run them down. It's certainly not ideal, but if we do draw land and we can Hunter's Edge to further keep them away from their tempo plays, we have a decent shot here. Name a more iconic pair than Ceci in training and Drowsing Pteranodon. I'll wait. So now we have Gale Swooper to give the Enforcer flying next turn. He's going to gain a life and go to 10. We can then put him to 3, and we'll have 2 flying threats and potentially a tap to close out the game. I feel like barring a swift response here, we have a decent shot. Changes our math a little. Good play. You're not going to use Feed of Resistance proactively, are you? He might. Wow. Wow. That was just fantastic from our opponent. Really got himself back in the game there. Brutalized us. That was not a sequence we were looking to happen. And that's pretty terrible. They both gained life and stalled us. Gosh, things are getting bad. Things are getting real bad. So they had better than Swift. They had Swift plus gain 4. And we have no means to remove this. That's real bad. Now we're down to a 3-turn clock. We need to be able to keep the Chorister tapped because otherwise they're going to start gaining way too much life. They have shown us to be a very trick-heavy deck, which is maybe why they're having enough trouble finding creatures. Okay. We've lost no creatures, so we drew nothing. We just drew absolutely actual nothing. Damn. Can't believe he used Feet of Resistance that way. We are really dying here. Man, they have just had everything they need and a bag of chips, huh? I can see how they got to their level of wins. We had a reasonable line to potentially win, and because we're at card disadvantage, and they drew basically everything they needed at every phase of this game, it cut down all of our options really, really brutally. Their plays with the Chorister have all been spectacular. We can Legions now, and it won't even destroy anything here. Sabretooth takes us away from mana to use this as a tap, which gains them life. I think we're just dead on all fronts. If they have a land, we're certainly dead. We are forced to chump the Seasoned Hollowblade. Well, it was a good run. We mostly lost the games where we drew really badly, where our land just didn't come out, or we drew too much of one color, or whatever. This game in particular, our opponent just had absolutely everything under the sun, and there's not a heck of a lot you can do when that sort of thing happens. All you can do is die. Our opponent really, really slow rolling us here. Pretty bad manners, honestly. It'd be nice to just get this over with, and they clearly have something, right? Invigorating Surge makes this a 4/6. But they have no reason to block it. If we had one more mana, we could win here. Our Gale Swooper becomes a 5. Not quite enough. Legion's Judgment takes us out of the way, but then we're dead to any strike next turn. Are we supposed to? Nah. I think we just have to swing, and if he doesn't block, he dies. Yeah, good game. Not going to get there today, folks. Looks like another six-win deck, which, you know, is still pretty good. We got all of our money back. We got a bunch of rares. We had some fun. We got a good video for you today, and we kept it under 3 hours because best of 1. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video today. I hope that maybe you learned a little bit about the process and you find this sort of thing engaging. I know a lot of people don't like limited content, but right now, the constructed format of Magic the Gathering is a toxic fucking mess, and I just want no part of it. Wizards of the Coast does not want to do anything to fix the format, and they just want it to continue to be WOOOOO decks and Wilderness Reclamation decks and Ugin decks, and they can suck my fucking dick. I don't want to play it. It sucks. Fuck you. It's not fun. Until then, we'll be doing some of these cheap drafts. And not safe for work, kids. Like, that's, you know, it's the name of the show. Okay? It's the name of the show. And I've been your host, Gravity Groove, for Not Safe for Work Magic. If you did like the show, please feel free to like, subscribe, say hello, leave a comment. That would be great. If you would like to see me play more, feel free to look in the description where you can potentially sponsor my content by taking a look at my book or just using the donate link to send a few bucks. Either of those things would be great. I do this for fun primarily, and as a autistic adult and someone who is kind of disabled by that and by the quarantine, I don't have the traditional job that a lot of regular people can have and make function, and this is the avenue I have. So if that resonates with you, if you know what that's like, maybe you should consider sending a few bucks. You don't have to, but it would be cool, and I would use it to play games for you. I will see you next time, but on this channel, we traditionally say it one specific way, right? Right, Henry? How do we say it? How do we say it, Henry? Later. Boom. You know.